Hello, welcome to Mary's Menagerie. Fall is here already. Today's video will feature a few end-of-season adds to my backyard garden. Most items were purchased from Goodwill estate sales and Hobby Lobby clearance. Some items were just sitting around the yard unused. I'm sad that summer is over. I've had so much fun adding trash to treasure items to my garden, and I look forward to adding more interesting items to my garden starting next spring and to continue to develop and improve what I have already placed. Project number 1, adding interest to my shed. I purchased this metal welcome sign from Hobby Lobby, a clearance price. I got it for 75% off. The rusty plant holder I had for a long time, and the pots I had. So I just added flowers to them, and I put them on the side of my shed to kind of add a little bit of interest. I might change the paint color of the welcome sign next spring. Project number 2, brightening up some metal chairs. I purchased these 2 metal chairs from an estate sale. They were priced at 2 for $20, but I went on a day that they were 50% off, so I got them 2 for $10. I wanted them to really stand out in my garden, so I decided to paint them a really bright yellow. And this is how they turned out. I purchased this heavy metal coffee mug stand from Goodwill. I thought I could make a table out of it to go with the chairs. It cost me $2.99. I turned the coffee mug stand upside down and placed it between the chairs, and now I'm looking for a top to put on it to make a little table out of it. Project number 3, metal stand with colander planters. I purchased this metal adjustable stand from Goodwill for $3.99. I spray painted it a kind of a dark burgundy color, satin finish, Rust-Oleum paint. And this is how it turned out. I purchased this colander for $1.99 from Goodwill. I decided to use colanders to make these planters because they already have holes in them, so they would have great drainage. Now here I am adding dirt, and then I will be adding some plants. The second colander that I found was 99 cents, purchased from Goodwill. I added dirt to it and added plants to it as well. Instead of using mulch, I'm going to put a layer of stones on top of the dirt. I set the colander planters into the little stand, and it took me a while before I found my third one. My third colander that I found was $1.99, also from Goodwill. And I removed the little handles from it. I added a plant to it as well. And then I found another colander. It was $2.99. It was the end of the season, so I didn't really have any good plants. I just kind of dug up what I had in the garden already. I'll put better plants in them in the spring. But I added this fourth one just for more interest. Project number 4, another seating area. I picked these chairs up at Hobby Lobby when they were clearanced, I think last year in the spring. I got them, I think 66% off. These chairs started out a yellow color, but they kind of faded, so I ended up painting them white using a Rust-Oleum satin finish. I purchased this large metal basket for $3.99 at Goodwill. I painted it that dark red color, and it's going to be I turned it upside down, and it's going to be my little table between these 2 chairs. Project number 5, step ladder plant stand. I purchased this black metal pail from Goodwill for 99 cents, and we drilled some holes in the bottom for drainage. I found this metal ladder at an estate sale for $6. I set the ladder in my garden, and I put the black metal pail on top of it with a plant inside of it, and I plan to add more plants around it and on the other step. Project number 6, a concrete block and 2x4 plant shelf. I found this galvanized pail at Goodwill for $3.99. I really love the look of galvanized metal in my garden. This time I actually remembered to videotape my husband drilling the holes in the bottom of the pail for drainage. I found this galvanized watering can at an estate sale. I bought it for $4. We drilled holes in the bottom of it, and we're going to add a plant to it as well. I purchased this little metal basket from Goodwill for $3.99, and I loved the way it looked, so I didn't do anything to it. I had these 2 cinder blocks and this piece of 2x4 in the backyard, and so even though there's not really a lot to it right now, I think I'm going to add more cinder blocks and add more wood and make a bigger plant stand out of it. I planted mums in the galvanized pail and in the watering can, and I added some rocks to the basket, and later on I'll be adding more plants to this. Project number 7, metal cone planters. I found these metal cones at Goodwill for $1.99 a piece, and they actually have holes in the back of them where you can hang them up, but I decided to try something different. I thought, I'm going to plant these in the ground and put a mum in them, and I was a little bit worried about the drainage, but water actually leaks out the bottom, so it worked out perfect. I'm sorry about how bad the ground looks here. This is actually a location outside of my flower beds, a place where I cannot get grass to grow, and so I'm planning on turning this into part of my flower bed if I can find the right plants to put here and to extend my flower garden out, because we have tried and tried to grow fescue and have had no luck getting it to last. Project number 8, flower pot riser. I bought this little riser for $1.99 at Goodwill. I spray painted it white, and I set this pot on it to keep it up off the ground. And this area needs a lot of work too. This is again in that shaded area that I can't grow any grass, and so I planted some monkey grass, and I'm going to add more pots and flowers to this area. Project number 9, window planter for shed. I bought this little metal planter for $2.99 at Goodwill. I already had these little pots, so they actually fit in there perfectly. I added some plants in there that I dug up out of the other flower beds just for the rest of this year. And I think in the spring, when I have really good plants in here, I think it'll look really pretty. All the projects you saw today were projects that I put in the backyard in my flower beds that are in the shade, and it's really hard to work in there to get stuff to look good. So I wanted to end with showing you a picture of the flower bed in the front yard. This is actually what it looked like in the spring, and this is what I ended up doing with it. Maybe at the end of next summer I can show you the before pics and the after pics of my backyard flower beds, and hopefully they will look much better than they do right now. Thank you for watching Mary's Menagerie. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.